What's up, YouTube? It's the Vintage Cube Chef. Lorwyn Eclipsed is here, and I'm more than excited to jump into our first draft. So here we go. Do 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 do. Lorwyn Eclipsed. Oh wow, what an awesome rare! I was looking at this card during the pre-releases, and I didn't see it in any of the decks, but man, did I want to play with it. Tam is a 2-mana 2/2 and blue-green hybrid. Really easy to put in a lot of decks. That says each other creature you control has hexproof from its colors. And then you give a creature, by tapping this, you give a creature all colors. So essentially hexproof. Uh, Very strong, really early, great play. Flock Imposter is also quite good. 3-mana 2/2 flash, flying changeling. Even if it didn't do anything else, that'd be great. And when this creature enters, you return up to one other creature you control to your hand. Get double battlefield triggers, save it. Really good. The Tam is better. It goes in more decks. It does all the things. Tam is a Gorgon Wizard, which is not a fairy, but man, this uncommon's really good. 5-mana 4/3 has Flash if you have a fairy, and then it has Hexproof as long as it's untapped. Just going for like a really control-y, almost Hexproof strategy. Changeling Wayfinder is also pretty decent, and Sourbread Auntie is probably the strongest card here as a 4-mana 4/3, where if you blight 2, you get 2 1/1s. All of them are goblins. Keeper is also pretty good. 6-mana or 7-mana 3/3 Vivid that makes 1/1s, where X is the number of things you control. I mean, tap 3 untapped creatures, and this gets +3/+7 flying. I think I'm going to take the Illusion Spinners. We're not white, and Tam wants to be blue or green at least, and I think these cards are very comparable. Keeper is quite good though, but it is a 7-drop, so you have to keep that in mind. Well, Kithkin seems pretty open with the Kithkin Behold uncommon. As an additional cost, you either pay 2 or Behold, and then whenever another creature enters, this gets +1/+1 until end of turn. It's fine. Tend the Springs is also pretty fine. Nothing really I'm too excited about here. I might just take Evolving Wilds. The Eclipsed Flamekin is the Elemental uncommon. It's fine. Keep Out's also kind of just fine. Feed the Flames, though, is not just fine. Feed the Flames is actually super legit. Keep Out and Feed the Flames are both really good. I'm going to take Feed the Flames. The removal spell is so nice. 4-mana, deal 5 at instant speed and then exile it. Oh, I'm so glad I did that. Wow, second Keeper. All right, somebody's going to be in this like big elemental vivid Kithkin thing that's apparently open, but Seer is amazing. Deal 4 instant speed to a creature or planeswalker. Removal in this set is hard to come by, and that is really impressive instant speed removal. We could be red-blue with Tam just being essentially a blue creature for us. Swat Away is really strong. Wild Unraveling I've been really unimpressed by. Crib Swap's pretty good. Not the greatest. I like Swat Away. I think this card's been pretty great as like an instant speed effect. Forging Wickermaw is good. I don't want to take it over a primo removal uncommon though. And Burrow Cleansing is just like a worse version of Swat Away in some ways and better in other ways. I kind of want to take the Spikeling. It's just a 2-mana 2/3. Or a 2-mana 2/1 that has First Strike on your turn. That's a Changeling. It's 2 colors, so it's great with Tam because it makes it so that it's already hexproof from red and white. And then it gives me a fairy for Illusion Spinners. I think that's better than Sourbread Auntie or the Temporal Cleansing here. This is where using those, Fairy Macabre. This is from the bonus sheet. Discard it for free to exile up to 2 cards from graveyards. Pretty strong. You can play this in any deck, actually, as a sideboard card. As the discard this card, it doesn't cost mana. But I think Gristle Glutton is fine. Another Keep Out, though, is pretty nuts. Pretty nuts. We could maybe be 3 colors. Keep Out's really the best. I mean, also, Shimmer Wild's Growth is good. I'll take the Glutton here and try to be a good noodle and stay red-blue. Scoundrel's fine as a 2-mana 1/3 vigilance. The Sting Slinger can also be quite good. The fact that instant speed is nice. I haven't been too impressed with the dagger. It is just a 2-mana 2/2 shapeshifter that leaves behind the artifact. Embrace is one of the best removal spells for black, but I'm going to stay in my lane, I think. And now that we're confidently red-blue, whoa, Flock Imposter Wheeling? What? That just shouldn't be real. River's Guard reflexes. All right, white's wide open. I'm taking Flock Imposter, and we're pivoting because white is just so open. It's absurd. So it's a 7 mana 3/3. Tap 3 untapped creatures. It gets +3/+7 flying, and when it enters, you make 1/1s equal to your Vivid count. Could be okay. I like it better than the Changeling here. The Knight is fine. Is it better than the Goblin? This is the one that cares about Kifkin, but it doesn't have to care about Kifkin. When it enters, all creatures get +1/+0 that you control. So if you have the Kifkin, awesome. Okay. So we're like Vivid, red, white, blue. Oh, Moonlit Lamenter is very nice. Remove a counter from this creature, draw a card, activate only as a sorcery. So it's a 3 mana 1/4, and then when you use its ability, it becomes a 5 mana 2/5 that drew a card. Could be getting away from blue entirely, but I really want to play this Tam. Overgrown Tomb obviously doesn't help us at all. I don't like Shore Lurker. I do like another Feed the Flames. I could just take removal. The Lamenter's fine. 3 mana 1/4 is a really good blocker. It wants 1/1 counters. I think the removal is better, so that's what I'm going to do. Just going to take the removal. Feed the Flames is good. Ooh, Grub's Command is nice. Create a token that's a copy of a goblin, but more relevantly, you can either give all of your creatures +1/+1 haste until end of turn, destroy an artifact or creature, and then mill 5 and put each goblin you milled. Oh my goodness, that's so many goblins, potentially. We don't have a lot in the way of goblins. I don't think we can take it. I could take another Sting Slinger. I think we're like moving into like a red-white aggro deck, essentially. I don't know. I feel like it's been a little bit unclear what I'm supposed to be in. I'm just gonna keep taking high-quality red cards because I have the double Feed the Flames and a Seer. So I'm always playing red, essentially. I don't have any actually named giants, but Flock Imposter and Feisty Spikeling are both changelings. So that kind of is a goblin synergy. I could also just take the Lamenter now and be pretty happy about it, which is what I think I'm going to do. Not a goblin, but it just is a really efficient card with all of my instant speed removal. Just clear out the board and get my card value. At the beginning of your end step, untap target Merfolk. Merfolk get +1/+1. It's an uncommon. That's like the Merfolk synergy card. I could also just take a Sneakling here. I still think I'm playing blue, and Sneakling is really good. I like it better than Elder Auntie here, I think. It's for these stingers, it's blight 1. Yeah, so I can do it twice on a Sneakling. I could also, I mean, I don't have any Merfolk. All my Merfolk would just be what's it called? Changelings. I think Sneakling's better. Blood Crypt doesn't help us. Run Away Together does. Run Away Together is just great. I have, what ETBs do I want to get 2 of? / saving things. It's good on Sneakling. It's good on resetting the Glutton. It's good on resetting things for Stinger. Good with Lamenter, Flock Imposter. Yeah, I have plenty of early game creatures. Run Away Together seems great. Eclipsed Realms does not really help us. I think this is an easy. Ooh, Wicker Maw to get my fixing. No, I just want more Spikelings. It's basically colorless for us, especially if we end up getting rid of blue, which Run Away Together. I don't know if we're going to be able to get rid of blue. Our blue is very strong, and these Kif Keepers are super okay. Impolite Entrance is nice. Give a creature trample and haste. I don't like that. I could also just take Glamourmite, and that's a fairy for my fairy synergies. Double 4 mana X4 double strike, where X is number of types. Exile target creature you control, return it to the battlefield. Create a shapeshifter. Hold on. That seems pretty good. It's a 2-mana 1/1 instant speed shapeshifter, essentially, that has upside. Sun Dappled Celebrant is a big boy with Convoke with all of my spikelings. Seems pretty decent. Seems like we're going to be able to get it out pretty early as a 5/6 Vigilance. Yeah, I can get behind that. I'm not really sure what I'm doing with blue. Whenever this creature becomes tapped, another target merfolk you control gets +2/+0 until end turn. Amazing with my spikelings. And it's a flyer. Alright, I could maybe see playing that. Other giants you control have double strike coming back again. Whenever a creature you control enters, remove a 1/1 counter. Nah, I'll take the top end aggressor. Ooh, I'm pretty happy taking a second Celebrant, I think. I think we're just red-white aggro. I think we're getting out of blue. It's really sad. Oh my goodness. Abigail? Yeah, we're all in on red-white aggro now. When Abigail enters, she's a 2-mana 1/1 flying first strike lifelink, and when she enters, up to one target creature loses its abilities and then becomes a flying lifelink first striker. So you put that on one of these, like just a random 3/3, and then it's just a total beater in the air. And she's also pretty strong on her own as a 2-mana 1/1 flying first strike lifelink. I don't know if we're going to be really trying to get to 7 mana with these Kith Keepers. And maybe I would be willing to splash like Tam. I don't know. This is tough. Flash Merfolk. When it enters, untap each Merfolk. If you tap to 3 or more Merfolk, you do the thing. I think I'd rather just have Flock Imposter. It's May, so you don't have to bounce anything, but it just protects your stuff. So you attack, they try to do a combat trick, and then you just bounce your thing, and it's like they discard a card and you didn't lose anything for it. Pretty good. And also, Changeling, again. Add 2 mana in a combination of colors only for elementals. Probably not what we're doing. Choose a creature type, draw a card for each creature of that type with Convoke. Could be really good, but not really what we're doing. I was going to take a third Feed the Flames and just be the red-white dream we always want to be. Alright, I'm just all in on red-white at this point. For Feed the Flames or Flame Braider, number 2 offered to us. I actually think this is a River's Guard reset fluxes. I don't know. Feed the Flames is absurd. Just remove everything after a certain point, and we already have so much good early game creatures. I just want to go creature, 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 feed the flames, you lose. Like, that's the game plan for our deck. Crib Swap? It's a Kindred instant, which we don't care about. We don't have anything that cares about casting or having in our graveyard. I kind of want to just take the Stompling over Spiral into Solitude even. I have triple Feed the Flames. I'm just going to take the Stompling as a 3-mana 4/2 Trample Changeling. Lava Leaper. All creatures have haste. 4-mana 4/4. And whenever a player taps a basic land for mana, that player adds 1 mana of any type that land produced. This card's a little bit of a trap. Because you play this, and if you're ahead, your opponent then gets to untap and do 8 mana worth of stuff, and then if they kill this, you lose. So I actually think I'm taking another Celebrant here as just more big, dumb late game. At the beginning of your end step, if another creature entered Surveil, or just another Knight, I think the Knight's great. Because all of our stuff is technically Kithkin, so it's all going to get... Well, I guess all of our things are +1/+0 already. It buffs the flyers too, though. Yeah, I'll just take the Knight. Behold an Elemental. We do actually have 1, 2... I need a Changeling and Elemental count. I think that's the pick, though. Oh, wait, there's a Liminal Hold? This card's so good as a ritual, but no. Liminal Hold. Our game plan's pretty clear. We make it to turn 4 with a lead on the board, and then we just play infinite removal afterwards, and nobody gets to resolve a creature against us from there on out. It doesn't really matter what I take here. River's Guard Reflexes. Quite the card. I don't know if we'll play it, though. Kind of crazy if I don't, but I just have so much removal. I almost, like, don't need it. Honestly, I might be cutting removal over other pieces here. It's going to be a little bit of a tough one to make final cuts for. One potential cut is the aggressor, because my giants, I have no giants. So the things that would get double strike. Here, let's put the changelings over on the right. And then keep out's a weird, or no, not keep out. Personifies a weird card. It's a blink effect. Exile target creature you control, return to the battlefield, and then make a 1/1 shapeshifter. So it's kind of everything. Great with the Foul Knight, where we play this, and then on a later turn we blink it to give everything a surprise +1/+0. Good at resetting. So we have our little combo of Moonlet, Lamenter, and Stingslinger, where we tap this to deal 2 to them, put a -1/-1 counter on the Lamenter, and remove that -1/-1 counter to draw a card. It's a little slow, but very strong. Blight, discard a card if you do draw a card. Pretty good early game. These 5/6s are pretty darn annoying with Convoke. Even if we don't play a 1-drop, we just play a 2-drop, 3-drop, and then it's a 5/6 Convoke on turn 4. Ideally, we want to do better than that, and we can. But that's like at its worst what it will be. I might make it better than an aggressor. The double strike's nice. 5-mana 2/5 double strike. Problem is 5 health's weird for a 5-drop and it's double red. I think I'd rather just play these Celebrants as my late game. All my removals sticking in. I could cut the Merfolk Pumper. It's probably my worst 3-drop, I would say. And I think we're absolutely cutting a land. It's a white land, and so we need one more cut. Should be something in the top end. It's probably the 3rd Sun Dappled Celebrant. I don't want to have a whole hand of them. All right, so this is our little deck. It's more mid-rangey than pure aggro, but it's got some serious heat, especially with these 4 Feed the Flames. By the way, we're going to be starting something on my Discord where I'm going to send these decks, give or take half a day before the video goes up, and people will be able to guess how the deck will do, and you'll get points for guessing correctly or close to correctly, and there will be some prizes for that involving future videos. So if you want to join that, feel free to join our community. It's under my channel. And while you're there, I'd really appreciate if you subscribed. All right, let's jump right in and see how we do. Game 1, reminder, we're no longer playing best of 3, all or nothing. Oh, Arena. Never change. 1 lander, no thanks. 3 lander, and we can't cast Abigail. I think I gotta keep it still, and we're gonna put away the Gallant Knight. Really would like to be able to cast Abigail on this Flock Imposter, or this Gangly Stompling, but if we don't get a chance to cast it till a little later, that's okay. Oh my, that's quite the card. Well, Keep Out's great. We will pay 2 life to do this, but it's absolutely worth it. Otherwise, we won't be able to touch anything on their board without paying 2 life. This gives all their creatures ward, pay 2 life. A little 1-for-1 with a 2 life kicker for them. Hopefully they don't have a good follow-up here. Eclipsed Boggart's a great follow-up for the Goblin deck. This is quite the Goblin deck already. Into the Prankster. Sure. Really need a land. Like, really need a land right here. White land, and I think I just win the game. Like, if I draw my planes, I think I win the game right here. Play Abigail on the Gnarly Stompling, making it a 4/2 flyer with lifelink, and then play this my own Spikeling to go head-to-head with theirs. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Well, we didn't even draw a land. Come on, deck. 3/3 on this board's pretty good. It blocks a 2/3, a 2/1, and a 1/3. Problem is, this isn't a 2/1, it's a 3/1 first strike because they have a Boggart Prankster. But if that's all they're attacking with, I think I'll live. We will not be blighting with the Stinger. Boggart Mischief's an annoying card. Blight 1, make 2 1/1s, and then whenever a goblin dies, I lose a life and they gain a life. Yep, this card's crazy. Still no lands, huh, deck? Play a Flock Imposter. Doesn't really do anything for me here, though. I need to just draw a land. This I don't have to at least pay mana into. Usually these type of effects require maybe like 1 mana or whatever, and the fact this doesn't is pretty great. This game would be so different if we drew a plains. This is absurd. We've actually drawn no lands all game. 12 cards in, but at least they're playing pretty slow here, pretty passive. I like passive. Passive's good for me. Alright, you play your own Glutton. Problem is, every single thing on their board's a goblin. I'm going to blight my own creature. I'm going to discard, I think, Flock Imposter, honestly. Not really doing much for me. Oh, a plains. Oh, we're in this. Welcome to the gun show, opponent. And I'm actually going to... Oh, there's no point in holding up Personify because I can't. So I might as well play the Spikeling. Alright, well that just turned the tide instantly. And if they go to try to kill the Stompling, I actually don't care, because I can personify Abigail and blink it and then give something else the ability. I also now have 4 mana, so I can feed the flames a problematic thing if they just play one really big problematic thing. That's not really a big problematic thing. Abigail is first strike, but I do not want to trade. Okay. Interesting choice here. I could blink Abigail right now and just start swinging in the air. If they had removal, they would have used it last turn, right? Alright, I'm just going for... It's first strike, not double strike. A lot of options here. So one thing I can do is I can hold up, feed the flames, and blighting. I think I'm going to keep removal. I'm going to keep protection up instead of not. Just get in for my damage. Number 5 life as well. The reason I'm doing this is because if I personify, I can then also Sting Slinger for another 2 damage. They're going to do double Gristle Glutton here. And we have to keep in mind, every time a goblin dies, they gain a life, so it's not as simple as it may seem. I don't want to use Feed the Flames on one of these gluttons. It's just not good enough. Especially in the goblin deck, there's some really, really scary goblins. Huh. Well, this is quite the choice. I'm at 18 here. Are you just straight up saying, I have a board clear? Because if you're just saying, I have a board clear, I think I want to kill this one. The other options I block nothing, but I'm worried about a pump effect that just blows me out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's 11 damage. And we have free blocks, right? Like, this is a free block, this is a free block. I block like this. You can have 1 goblin die, gain a life. Do your worst. I have the removal spell. Whenever a goblin creature, yeah, that's we knew that. Interesting. So I can reset the Stompling to just being a 4/2 trample. on the ground. The other option is it's going to die anyway. Oh, I see what I'm going to do. So I deal 2 damage to their face and blight the Stompling. And I don't actually think Feed the Flames is doing me a lot. And blight the Stompling. And this prevents them from getting to use the other half of Tweeze, which is discard and draw. And then we personify Abigail. And put our 3/3 in the air. And then I play a Moonlight Lamenter. And I immediately remove the counter from it. Not a bad draw. Not a good draw. And we get in for 4. When this dies, they just get a life. So actually killing it does nothing for me. I just want to attack in the air. Go up to 13. And then we're going to be able to Gristle Glutton again to put a -1/-1 counter back on Moonlit Lamenter. We're just grinding them out. Like, they can't keep up with the life gain from Abigail. And I am not going to block to kill anything here, I don't think. It just drains me. So they can pump whatever they want. I can Flock Imposter to put Abigail back in my hand now, too. So we block to not lose life. We block to not lose life. And then we just take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seems good. And then ding, 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 ding. Elder Auntie. Take 2 more goblins. Just infinite goblins, basically. More goblins. I'm just barely not able to kill them. Because if I Flock Imposter to bounce Abigail, and then put something else in the air, the most I can do is 2, so I can put them to 1. So I guess we can try and see if we can find a way to kill something. We'll put it on the Moonlit Lamenter again. Discarding this land. Doesn't help us. Oh, the Knight! The Knight is lethal! Alrighty. Next, make sure we don't attack with anything that can kill a goblin. They have nothing in the air. Ding, ding, Abigail takes a game. They just got soloed by Abigail, which is what we built around once we got her. Man, I'm so glad we pivoted out of blue, green. Like, it was just so closed off right from the beginning. This deck's so much better. Game 2? On the play, I'll keep this. We don't have a 2-drop, but being on the play, I feel like makes up for that a little bit when we have such good 3-drops. Okay, Feed the Flames number 2 is not a good draw unless we draw our 4th land. If we draw our 4th land, it's a fantastic draw. Alright, very happy about that. They can try and remove this. Sneakling! Hey, it's that common. Remember that common I talked about a ton? It's here. Okay, I attack. No tricks. I just hold up Flock Imposter plus Feed the Flames. Okay. This seems a bit excessive, but I kind of just want to take the Changeling off the board. They're not going to do anything, you know? Stompling's a great draw. Let's see if they want to do putting a 1/1 counter on this, if that's worth it to them. I can always Flock Imposter if they do something cheeky. Stompling. We're gonna go shields down this turn. Seems like they haven't had removal, so why not? I just doubled, almost tripled the power of my board. We're already up 6 life. I am not worried about this vile boggart. I would love another plains, so I can be holding up both of these guys, but I'm also not upset with not drawing a land. One of the better draws in my deck is my Vigilance guy with Convoke. And eventually, if we get them low enough, we can just start blighting to deal 2 to their face. Garb's Command. Mill 5 cards, return all goblins, 2 goblins, and destroy my 4/2 trample. So be it, you say. Blight 1. I don't really feel like trading my 1-drop. Their Vile Boggart doesn't really seem to be doing much for them. And I guess I'll play the Spikeling and bait them, and then personify it when they try to put the -1/-1 counter on this from blighting it. Eclipsed Boggart. Sure. Revealing a Prankster into an Elder Auntie. Okay. All of this is fine. You can have all of that. I will not personify them. Hey, that's a pretty nice draw. Just play a giant dude. Once again, has not seemed like they have a lot in the way of removal. And 5/6 Vigilance is pretty large. If I play this first, I cannot still do the thing. Yeah, I think I just slam a 5/6. And my 3/3 has way more value now. Now this is just a clock. I can just start tick, tick, tick every turn doing this. Now that I have a big guy. That is way too slow for this board state, so I do not care. Don't care about that either. You may blight 2. If you don't, you lose 3 life. Okay. It does mean I can't attack into it with my 5/6, which is a little bit annoying. I don't want to trade for it either. So I think we just pass and we start doing 2 damage to them every turn. And they have to blight 2 here. So their board's just going to start going down every turn. Attacking with the 5/6. Heals 5. Okay. This is sorcery speed, but I'm just going to feed the flames the 6/5 now. A second one. That's pretty annoying. Prankster, sure. Move to your end step. I kill it. And it goes to exile, which is nice. The second 5/6 is annoying. Alright, alright. I play this. Make a 1/1 out of it. And I don't think I play a land here. I have 2 of the tappy guys that I have only 1 of the tappy guy that makes gives me the ability to discard and draw. So I don't think it's worth it to hold on to that, but they're just gonna run out of, I guess, pressure eventually here. Sure. I'm gonna block with the 1/1 and then just blight on it. A2. Blight. Pass. I take no damage. I take 2 damage from lasting Tarfire. I do not want to flash in my guy. I'll just take the 2. Keep mana up. That's a pretty good draw. I do not want to go completely shields down, though. So I don't actually think I can play it this turn. I think this turn, the plan is to flash in Flock Imposter after blocking, and then bounce the creature I block with to my hand. So it's like a free block. Okay, well, they're gonna make me bounce it now. Kind of fine with this. It is also a flyer, so I think I'm just gonna take 7 this turn. We still have a Personify up too. So I could always block and then Personify. Sour Bread Auntie. You may Blight 2. If you do, make 2 1/1s. Sure. Sure. I do really need to be careful about, 7 damage is a lot of damage. So I might be willing to trade this since I have the second one in hand. I get to kill one thing here between the 2. I think that's totally worth it now. They no longer have a consistent way to blight as well. So this 2 damage slows down quite a bit quite quickly. And then I think we don't blight this turn. I think I just pass. Take the 2. My turn. Land is actually great, because now we can go Feisty Spikeling, and then tap just the Feisty Spikeling for my 5/6. And then I do actually think I get 2 in the air. They have the board width. They don't currently have anything that makes the whole board bigger. So, and that's not really something I'm too afraid of in Goblins. The scariest thing I'm worried about is the uncommon enchantment that makes it so whenever any Goblin dies, I lose a life and they gain a life, because then they could just start swinging with impunity. But right now, look at this board. I don't really care. I'm going to be the one that's going to be able to start attacking pretty soon here. 5/6, takes out 3 or 4 things in one fell swoop. They have to start chump blocking. All while I'm holding up, eventually blighting them out. Ooh, keep out, destroy target enchantment or tapped creature. Or deal 4 to a tapped creature. Alright. I think we just start with a 5/6 trample. And they can, block with a million things and it just takes out their whole board. We're just blocking with everything? This only does 4 damage to it. I kill the 2 things with health. End turn? What was the plan there? We're in Platinum, my guy. I expect a little bit better from combat math. Yeah, you can have a 2/2 with lifelink, whatever. Choose a creature type, return all type. Oh, that's really bad. Okay. Well, that's why they did that. They get 10 million frickin' goblins. Ugh, this is annoying. And they put a -1/-1 counter on something too, so. And they have a Champion of the Weird? Oh, okay, we lose. Yeah, Champion of the Weird just kills us. Actually, that's not true. If we top deck Abigail, we win. And is it worth it to just keep out, destroy this enchantment so I don't take 2 more damage? It might be. This game's going to be really close. I'm not going to use Personify. If we draw Abigail, we win right here. Not an Abigail. Pretty good draw, though. Now they're dead next turn? This has gotten so weird. And they're going to run out of life to be able to blight, actually. They're not going to be able to blight enough times. Okay. So I personify this to save it. Because it makes 2 more things for me as well to block with. Can they blight me enough times because of their health? I don't think they can. Yeah, Champion of the Weird, that's fine. Pass. Attack with just 1 creature? Pass. I block with a 1/1, and then I blight on it. I think you have to attack with everything, my dude. You're just dead to these blights. You can make me blight twice, but I just now blight, you take 2, blight, you take 2. Yeah, they had to attack with everything. I can't believe they didn't. That might have been a misclick. I'm not sure. Not sure, opponent, but we'll take the win. Another going first with no 2-drop, but lots of 3-drops. River's Guard Reflex is pretty good. I thought I cut this card, but maybe not. It's pretty absurd. Giving us... Oh, no. Well, that's a problem. 1 mana, 1/1. You can pay 1 into it to make it a 2/3. You can pay 3 into it to make it a 4/5. You just have to remove it. Yeah, they don't want to attack into nothing. Okay. Okay. This is so bad. I guess I need to get a white creature down so that I can do the Sun-Dappled Celebrant next turn. I can't even do that next turn. But now they get to just do the thing. Yeah. We're just going to lose to Figure of Fable. Mono white Figure of Fable. We have 1 O-Ring. I mean, the problem is if they do the level 6 thing, we just lose. It's a 7/8 with protection from everything. So, we have to stop them before they get there. There's no point in blocking. I don't want to encourage them to do it. I would rather them do anything else. Alright, so we have a couple turns here to try and find an answer. This is only as a sorcery to remove it. Cool. I'm just playing a Stinger. And I'm not blocking, so I might as well take my 1 that I get. It's possible they're getting color screwed and they're not actually mono white and they kept this hand because it had Figure of Fable and now they're just praying it gets them through the game. And now we're holding up Sting Slinger, potentially to just completely blow them out. Or not Sting Slinger, we're holding up Reflexes, actually. So, So I just go to combat here. Yeah, you can block. Bing bong. And then I pass. And I'm going to have Flock Imposter and River's Guard Reflexes. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to flash in Flock Imposter now. I want them to think that's what I was holding up. So they draw their card, and then they attack with both, because this doesn't block either. This is bait. Attack with both. Alright. I'm fine with this. No, not another Flock Imposter. That's so bad for me, actually. I don't even know what to do here. I just have to start attacking, I guess. And then I just end my turn, and now I have a Flock Imposter of my own. Maybe I just burn them out if they're going to spend their... Oh, they are white-green. Okay, interesting. We have to get this Figure of Fable off the board. We have like one more turn. If they draw a removal spell, whenever a creature attacks alone, it gets +X/+X, where X is the number of Kithkin. Interesting. It's a Kithkin. It's a Kithkin. Alright. So we're gonna block and bounce the Moonlit Lamenter. Because why not? And pass the damage. I can personify something. I don't know. It seems like they're not attacking. So I'm just going to go to combat with everybody here. And we're going to River's Guard Reflexes to kill the 0/5 that pumps the other thing out the wazoo. Uh-huh. And they take 4 in the air. And then we're going to Sting Slinger and Personify. Oh, this is getting kind of funny. Okay, they have to spend their whole turn leveling that up. They don't do it whenever this creature and every creature and trample. No. Why trample? Now we lose. I deal 2, 2. They take 4. Oh. Oh my. I mean. Or another Kithkin you control enters. +1/+1 and trample. Gross. But this doesn't get trample. Interesting. So I can block, blight onto itself, and then personify it. Make a 1/1 and a 3/3. They're at 1 life right now. What could I draw that kills them? They're at 1 life. I use Moonlit Lamenter, but then they're not at 1 life because I have to spend the mana, and they just level this up and it gets protection from each of your opponents, which means you can't block it, right? I believe it means you can't block it. We have to try. This is our only out. I activate this, removing the counter. Drat. Alright, it was a good try. Good job, opponent. We put them to 1, but 1 was not enough. We couldn't get there through the turn 1 Figure of Fable. Card's absurd. I mean, just, it's an absurd card. And we drew no removal the whole game. Even that turn we could have drawn removal, and it would have worked because they didn't level it up for some reason. I don't know. We had like 7 turns to draw any of our removal spells, and it would have been fine. Keep Out is not one of the ones that would have worked. Go First again, but with a Gristle Glutton this time. Seems great. Discard a card we don't want. Probably Keep Out on the play is not ideal. See what they want to do. Game 4. We're 2-1. Always trying to get at least 5 wins. Make a profit. I haven't talked about it much yet, but because of how short the season is that Lorwyn will be available, I don't know if I'll be able to even complete the set. And if you aren't completing the set, that might mean getting the Mastery Pass isn't worth it. This might be kind of a dud of a limited set for us free-to-play players trying to, grind gems and get value. Still a lot of fun, and it's a real shame that they're doing it this way, but I was looking at the Mastery Pass as well, and there's no avatar packs either, so since we completed that, that's usually one of the benefits. Still has Edge of Eternities, I guess, which we can get packs from, but OM1's useless to me, so I don't even know if that will be helpful. We may simply have to Gristle Glutton if we don't draw a third land here. Really want to play this gangly Stompling on curve. Great Forest Druid gives us a good target for Keep Out. No point in attacking. I might still use the Gristle Glutton, discarding like Flock Imposter. But I want to keep out this Great Forest Druid, very likely. Take them off the extra mana. Yeah, definitely want to take them off the mana. Holy moly. Oh, they're a Kithkin deck. Sure. Uh-huh. Well, with that now in play, I'm going to put a 1/1 counter here. -1/-1 counter here. Flock Imposter's looking not very good. Reflexes is incredible. I want to get rid of the Slinger. I really want to land. Yes. Land is so good. And then we deal 4 damage to target tapped creature. And look, I'm offering Betrayed. Just kidding. I think you should take 5 damage and lose your creature. River's Guard Reflexes was just now a 2 mana, deal 1 damage to target creature and 5 damage to its opponent. Seems good to me. Would you take that deal? Because it untapped the creature, so it's like I just didn't attack with it, right? So. And then we have a Feed the Flames for whatever they play here. Go away. And I will go to combat, attack the Stompling. On a turn where they don't play a creature I have to remove, I can just play the Foul Knight, and this gives it +1/+0 and first strike, like this turn. How much mana does it cost to make this a creature? 4? And you can't tap it, so it's their whole turn. Sure, go get a forest. This seems like a great turn to do the Foul Knight. Give my creatures +1/+0 and first strike trample. Or first strike trample for the Stompling. And I'm going to keep the land in hand. I might just sack the Gristle Glutton to get rid of this land and draw a real card. Yeah, I think Gristle Glutton's done its job. I assume they have some amount of a removal something here, and that's why I'm keeping... Oh my gosh, Abigail's going to be so good next turn. But once again, I feel like they have something here, so let's see what they want to do. If they're going to just animate the core, I'm just going to exile it. Oh, keeping up double blue. Well, you have to blight. So now I'm making them blight 2 instead of being able to tap the core. Because the counterspell is double blue and then blight 2, which is crazy for the record. So if they want... Oh! It's during combat! Yeah, that's fine. You can eat the 3/4. But then you're taking 4 down to 2 with leaving me with my Trampler? You know I have the Feed the Flames? I guess they could have a removal spell here. Removal spell would be pretty annoying. Prisma Basher. That's not good enough. Not anywhere near good enough. Oof, and then fight spell? That's good enough. That's totally good enough. The fight spell's sorcery speed, isn't it? It is. Alright, well, my 4-2's in the air now. Die. Abigail's so good. Alright, alright, alright. Moving on. Abigail's a crazy card. That's putting us at 3 wins. Let's keep it rolling. Was that 3-1, 4-1, something like that? Keep seeing this hand with Abigail, but no double white. But I have Seer, Flock Imposter, Feed the Flames, so who cares? Even just giving Flock Imposter first strike and lifelink, pretty great. But I'm very likely just going to be holding up Seer to deal 4 to whatever their 2-drop is. Oh my. Seer into Gangly Stompling into Abigail. Oh, I'm definitely killing that. You don't need color fixing. No, thank you. I would like a land. And preferably a plains again. I feel like we've been in this spot before. But we were able to play through that one, but Sundraped Celebrant's or Sun-Dappled Celebrant, pretty not good card for us here. I can attack and then hold up Flock Imposter to protect the Gangly Stompling, bouncing it back to my hand in the face of a removal spell. Basic land cycling, you're just choosing to take 4. I love that for you. I wish I could be that bold. I guess I could bolt it. Oh, white source? Yeah, baby. I'm gonna deal 4. We're gonna Flock Imposter this turn, even if they don't play anything. But more likely, I'll Feed the Flames. Plains would be an amazing draw again, because I can play Abigail and then hold up Flock Imposter to bounce Abigail. Although, more likely than not, I'm just killing whatever they play here and then just going back to holding up Flock Imposter. It's basically a protection spell, right? So, 3-mana, 2/2 flyer, draw the creature you have in play. 2/1, double 2/1. Huh. New plan. I play Flock Imposter, I submit 0, and then I'm just going to Abigail. Air raid time. Your 2/1s are no match for this. Oh, also I'm gaining 4 life every time the Gangly Stompling attacks. And then Abigail herself's the problem. And then the Slinger's going to be a problem. They're just going to have a lot of problems. I don't care about taking 4. I'm gaining 4 each turn. So they actually have to kill the Gangly Stompling. That's their real problem, because it's a 4/2 flying first striker. So they can't really afford to kill Abigail. Which means I get the potential to use Abigail more later. Land means I can play Slinger and then convoke the whole board to play the Dappled Celebrant, but I don't understand why I'd ever do that when I can just get him for another 6, 7 in the air, actually. That's super slow. They left up single blue. Could that be Spell Stutter? The 1 mana, whatever the 1 mana counter target spell mana value 2 thing is. Aw, Blossom Bind. Boo. Might as well get him for 4. All my stuff has flying, dude. I think I will do 1 less damage to play the Celebrant. No, I'll just play the Slinger. Pretty good when we got them down to 7. And then once again, they've yet to play anything I feel like I actually need to respect, so I'm going to keep holding up Feed the Flames. 1/4 of it essentially drew a land, 2/2/1s that can't really attack when I'm at 25 and they're at 7. Had to use a Primo removal spell here. Looks like they're blue shy, and a double Zealot Wickermaw. They got a lot of fixing. They could be splashing. I doubt it, but they could be. Whoa! Yucky. 5 mana, 6/6. Whenever you cast instant or sorcery of a single target, you may copy it. I had this in the pre-release. It's so good. And then if you copy an instant or sorcery, it gains Wither. The problem for them is I have a Feed the Flames, and Abigail has First Strike. They try to block her. I get to just om nom nom eat that creature. But more likely here, I'm going to let this trade happen. And then we're just going to finish off the Tyrant, because that card's crazy. I would like to not just lose the game instantly out of nowhere, please. Off of combat tricks, or even just removal. Alright, they're chipping down my board, but now the Slinger is going to be a problem, because it's a 3-turn clock all on its own, and I'm going to be able to start just playing Celebrants. And as soon as Celebrants start coming down and attacking on the ground as 5/6 tramples, they're going to have a problem. Also, we have multiple ways that blink or bounce things, so eventually I get to just get the Stomper back too. Right, we have one more of the Flock Imposters. Yeah, we didn't mulligan it. And we have the exile a creature and return it to the battlefield. Oh, we has removal for the Slinger. Ew. Alright. I'll put a second from the top. I'd rather just get a 5/6 down than play a 1/1. Counterspell? Ooh. Oh. Removal? Seems like it's a counterspell with the Blight 2 as the payment. Onto the 1/4. Yep. That card's not good, but good right here. Problem is, next turn I just play 2 creatures. I'm at 26, so I'm not really feeling the pressure here. You know, you deal 6 to me. When it enters, when you cast a spell mana for a discard card, you may draw a card. Pretty good here. And they had a land in hand. Sure, you deal 6 to me. I could play another 5/6. I think I just want to get down 2 dudes. And I'll swing for 1 and gain 1 more life. Now the Glutton only needs to do, or not the Glutton, the Slinger only needs to do its effect twice now, because Abigail attacks next turn, them down to 4. 1/3s block 2/1s really well. They can still deal 7 to me if I don't want to block, but not too worried about that. Not too worried. We have a bunch of cards that just kill them now, too, because Abigail's 1, Slinger's 2, so 2 damage kills them. Gathering Stone. Choose a creature type. Spells cost 1 less when it enters, and when it, at the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card. If it's the chosen type, reveal it and put it into your hand. Okay. So they discard and drew off Cinder because it's a 4-power creature. They named Elemental. They get to look at the top card. If it's not an Elemental, they can put it in the graveyard. If it is, they draw it. Cool. All that doesn't matter. I'm taking 4 trample. I'm taking 7. Sure. I can just block this next turn. I'm at 12. Land don't do me nothing. Does it? This is an issue. So I blight onto the Stompling. Really don't want to discard and draw this turn. Man, land is like the worst thing I could have drawn, huh? The 5/6 trample, or 5/6 vigilance, it blocks so well. So I could play the land and then tap Abigail and the Gristle Glutton to convoke this out so that I have 2 mana Yeah, that's the play. So we tap these two creatures, leaving up red-white, so that I can blight 2, and then now next turn I have lethal off of... Alright, so I can blight, pay 2 to blight. Need them to miss an elemental here, ideally. 5 mana, 6/5 doesn't do anything. Or 6 mana, 5/6 doesn't do anything. This is just a blocker for me, right? It makes it so they can't just swing out everything and all that. Yeah, this is completely irrelevant. They can discard and draw. Wow, a lot of lands that they've discarded. 1, 2, 3, 4 lands, and they have 3 copies of the Zealot. Crazy. They flipped a land. Awesome. And then we just win now. GG, friend. I blight onto my Stompling. Oh, I can't blight onto the Stompling. I blight on the Gutton. Deal 2. They have no flyers. I go to combat. I attack with Abigail. They go to 2. And then we blight. Onto the Gutton. And that's a wrap. Man, these slingers are good. 2 damage every turn for 1 -1/-1 counter. It's pretty obnoxious. Game 6. We've only got 1 loss so far. On the play at least. I think this is an easy feed the flames to the bottom. We really do need the manas. And I'll play a plains first in case we draw Abigail and need double plains eventually. But we'll start off with a 2/1 first strike. Slinger on turn 3 is a lot less good. It's kind of more of like my late game card. That card's crazy and it is gonna die. Goodbye. Absolutely not. So if you don't know what this card does, it's just a 2 mana 1/3 that when it enters you can discard to draw. But then you pay a blue and flip it and immediately make 2 mana of any color, and then this backside of this creature at the beginning of your first main phase makes 2 mana of any color. Just an absolutely not at all okay card. You think they block here? I think they do. I think they don't. Yeah. I don't want them to block there. I would have been trading my 2/1 first strike on my turn for just the 2/2. But alright. We drew a Feed the Flames. We've yet to draw another land still. This is why we didn't put a land on the bottom. The red-blue one. I guess it hits the Ashling. Oh, wait. No, this is the red-blue uncommon. I thought it was the one that looks at the top 4. We're blighting to deal 4 to my Slinger. Yep. And then I take 2. Cancel. I want 2 damage. I'm gonna play this guy because I can at least remove the counter from it to draw a card and make it bigger. I'd rather do that than the Slinger, because if the Slinger dies, I'm really sad. Noggle of a Mind, it just kills it because it has a -1/-1 counter on it. That's the synergy with that card. The card's pretty cool. And then go get your Splash. Interesting. Okay. Abigail, text is broken. Cool. Well, I'm gonna just keep cracking. Really need to draw a land. I mean, we've kept the 3-lander on the mulligan and just haven't seen a land the entire game. That needs to die. This is the double triggers of elementals uncommon. I have the removal spell for it off of any land, and we have no tapped lands in our deck. So, every land. Okay, deck. Well, at least, I don't know why the audio's messed up. Something has triggered that has made all of the game weird now. I'm going to use River Guard's Reflexes on defense here. And just hope they're not playing some big elemental that just wins them the game. That's the elemental that wins them the game. Alright, good game. And now my audio's weird and all the card arts are weird. Thanks, Arena. Get me out of this. Well, if we drew a land at any point in that game, we win. because we just kill the uncommon, and then that 3/2's good, but not, game winning. But we never drew a land, so what are you gonna do? On to the next one. Another 3-lander on the play, but this one's great. 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop. Also, all of them have been plains double mountain. Come on, Arena Shuffler. At least look like you're trying to do something different. Seer's a good draw. Still need that 4th land. Remember, our entire deck's based around the fact that everything on our deck can be played off of 4 mana. So, what we got here? Third creature gets +1/+1 and words. That's cool. I hit you for 2. I play the one that draws me a card. Next turn. So now if we draw a land, we can use this and Seer. I'm not too worried about that card. +1/+1 vigilance at a sorcery speed. If I play the Nomad and then hold up Seer, next turn I can play the Celebrant. I guess that's what I'm doing. Next, swing for 2. Maybe they double block. They do not. Pass. 1/4 blocks all. Seer is instant speed. If they try to do a bite spell or a fight spell here, I just kill the creature. Spiral into Solitude. Can't attack or block. Pay 2, blight 1, sacrifice it. Yeah, whatever. You can do that. You're gonna spend your whole turn just removing my 1/4. I think I'll live. Blight 1 on the 1/1 that when it becomes tapped. Yeah, that makes sense. That doesn't make sense. Why would you not do it the other way? I'm gonna kill this either way. It's the more annoying creature. Personify would have been amazing last turn, but alas, it is not as good here. That's okay. Another 3 damage. Put him to 13. Put the Slinger in play. We now once again can play the Celebrant next turn if we don't lose a creature. Play a 4/3 off the Kithkin. Both were Kithkin, so I couldn't have prevented the card draw. And then make a 5/3 flyer. We still haven't drawn a land again. This is getting ridiculous. Alright, whatever. I'm just playing a 5/6. I don't know. I don't know what we're supposed to be doing here. I mean, we're 12 cards into our deck. Statistically speaking, we should hit a 4th land 50% of the time on turn 4. It is now turn 6, so we're 3 cards behind that. Beginning of your end step, if another creature entered, surveil 1. Okay. Land! Didn't think it was possible. Okay. Do I just attack like this, and do I just main phase kill the Wary Farmer? No. I think I'll hold up Blighting instead. Oh, I needed to main phase kill the Wary Farmer. Right. Well, that was a tad silly. I meant to attack with the 3/3. Alright, you got me. I clicked the wrong one to tap. All my creatures become 1/1s with no text. Okay. Kind of okay, because we have a Personify. So when they attack like this, we personify the 5/6. Get a 1/1 out of it. And then block like this and like this. The 7/7 straight up. Problem is if I kill this thing, they can then blight to give this flying. Counterpoint, I just attack with the 5/6 and they have to block. And I just feed the flames that. And then we feed the flames the flyer next turn. After going to 3. Land would be good, because then at least I can make a 1/1. Creatures you control get +1/+1. I go to 2. Sure. Land is good. We make the 1/1. Next, we're gonna have to chump block. Yeah. If I kill this turn, then if they drew a creature, they win. So I just have to do this here and hope they didn't top deck a protection spell. Basically, if they drew a protection spell, they win. If I do it that way, and they can double pump here, so or they can pump here, so there's no point. And they can't blight though to get that back. Ugh, another land. That's so bad. Well, a 3/3. I just need them to not draw a creature here for 2 turns. Probably unlikely. Yep. Let's see if they see it. Blight 2 onto the 1/1. Put that guy in the air. Yeah, I mean, we got totally boned by not drawing our 4th land till turn 8. What are you gonna do? I feel like that's how we lost, like, every game. Build a deck around getting to 4 mana, and having nothing bigger than that. It's a disappointing result for this deck, but that's okay. First draft, knocking the dust off. It's technically not a loss. We got our 4 wins. This is a really fun one. Abigail is broken, but the deck is pretty fair. We got cut off. It felt like really early from blue and green, so I wanted to be able to do TAM things, but we couldn't. And as a result, we ended up being 4 wins. So we'll check the Discord to see if people were able to guess how this one did. And if you enjoyed this draft, I'd really appreciate it if you gave this video a like, subscribe to the channel, did all the things. But more important than all of that, I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thanks.